forever. Say you are good and your mercy is forever. Tell it, say you are good and your mercy is forever. Hallelujah, Jehovah.
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT. Salvation full and free. Salvation is for everybody. Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 91 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new with Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on The Street 919 FM.
Stoves, fridges, appliances, electronics, household items, furniture for every style and mood, with the Christmas spirit in every room. Fill your home with joy this Christmas. Get everything for your home and more at American Store.
American Stores, where we make quality living affordable.
This year, B-Mobile coming bigger to make your season brighter. So much giveaways to offer. Move with green and be a winner. Win groceries and cash. One tech makeovers. Free service for a year and a brand new car. Go wish it, just win it. Win with B-Mobile. Thousands in prizes. Win with B-Mobile. Just win it. Win with B-Mobile. Plenty giveaways to win. Win with B-Mobile.
Top up, buy a prepaid plan, switch, sign up, pay your bill, take a bundle to win over 1 million in prizes. Don't wish it, win it with B-Mobile.
Nari, I see you bring the white oak. Nice. Candace, it's 2 bottles of Forest Park you bring? You playing with fire, girl? Amanda, the ham you bring looking so good. Ryan, what you bring?
I bring joy.
What?
Joy. She's my new girlfriend. Bring the joy to the Christmas line with Angostura rum. From classic dishes to the cocktail glasses, White Oak, Forest Park, and Fernanda's Black Label. Add more enjoyment to the season. Plus, buy any bottle and get a chance to win a family Christmas dinner, complete with a personal mixologist. Follow us on social media for details. Bring the joy with Angostura. You are the gift. Wear a mask, keep a safe distance, and enjoy responsibly.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Saturday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. to listen to the live Temple of Restoration, Pastor Curlan and the team. The Temple of Restoration is located at number 12 Endeavor Road, Chaguanas, opposite the Curep taxi stand. For more information, contact 488-4413 or 777-8691. The Temple of Restoration, where Jesus changes lives.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke, and every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Sheet 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Pastor Hannah A. Pabu of Holy Spirit Ministries will be live on the street 919 FM every first and third Wednesday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. In the scripture, Matthew 19 verse 26, the Bible says, "But Jesus looked at them and said to them, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Pastor Hannah is here to motivate you, challenge you, encourage you to walk in your purpose and destiny God has for you. For prayer and counseling, call Pastor Hannah at 728-5197.
He heals me when I'm broken.
Heals me when I'm broken.
Strength where I've been weak. Forever he'll reign.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I could buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools.
Alright, thanks boss. Nah man. Granny,
do you have $488 to lend, man?
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ill and you could get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the house of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. For the program, God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the Street 919 FM.
The journey's almost
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
Well, a pleasant good morning to each and everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Titans of Democracy right here on the Street 919 FM. Let me thank the Heavenly Father for bringing me here safe, sound, and all together in one piece. A pleasant good morning going out to my entire family Good morning to Ms. Sharon Felix, Mr. Dominic Romain, and their entire families. Good morning to you, all our callers, all our listeners, to all of our viewers online. For those of you that are locked on with us via whatever mechanism that you are, it's always good to have you guys on the inside with us. I also say pleasant good morning going out to my friends and family in Tobago. Good morning, guys. Hope you all are locked on. Pleasant good morning going out to the management and staff of the Street 919 FM. Good morning to Mr. Iwer George and his entire family. So, today is Tuesday, the 14th of December 2021. Yes. And as I get ready to get into the papers for today, headlines in the Express: Omicron scandal. Probe launch into how a COVID-positive mystery woman traveled from New York to TNT undetected. Let's get inside and see what's taking place. So, Omicron scandal. The highly infectious Omicron variant is now present in Trinidad and Tobago after being detected in a Trinidadian woman who traveled from New York to Panama and then, and then to Trinidad, knowing fully well she was COVID-19 positive. Ah, boy. Dealsing, occupancy again nearing critical levels. Occupancy of intensive care unit ICU wards at COVID-19 treatment facilities are again reaching critical levels, with more children getting sick and and the unvaccinated forming the bulk of the cases. Rowley, 4 firms to bid for refinery. 4 companies are to submit proposals by December 15th for the acquisition of the Petrotrin refinery, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley said yesterday. 2 gunned down in North Trinidad. Between Sunday afternoon and early Monday morning, a murder suspect and another man were gunned down in separate incidents. The first one occurring in Arima and the second in Laventil. Bail denied for man who allegedly stabbed another with a kitchen knife. TCL hikes cement price by 15%. Government responds. Trinidad Cement Limited, TCL, yesterday morning announced an ex-factory increase of approximately 15% in the price of the commodity. Taxi driver charged with crime dating to 2005. Guard charged with wife's murder. Disabled in fall. Man sues former employer. So those are the stories that are making way in the Express at this time. So over to the Newsday. Business chambers urge shop early this Christmas. People taking booster jabs. I noticed the COVID-19 death rate. Oxford Street home for the aged closes. Staffers claim salaries not paid. Alwari, finance bill will root out financial trickery. Slow but steady start for booster shot program in East Trinidad. MAT president surprised by 3 exec member resignations. Health Ministry. Trinidad and Tobago first Omicron case breached travel protocols. 464 cases, 22 more deaths. TNT 44th in world COVID-19 death infection ratio. Bike killers leave one dead in Chaguanas. Vendors booted from High Street, San Fernando. Family, media, sports fraternity say farewell to Anthony Harford. Trade Ministry, UTC launch second scale-up TT cohort. 2 Sealots men sentenced for 2008 shooting on CARICOM jetty. Man 42 denied bail for allegedly stabbing and threatening to kill man. Steady stream for first day of booster COVID-19 shots at Savannah Stadium. Quiet start for booster jobs in South and Central Trinidad. Union accuses San Fernando Corporation of victimization. Associated Brands is Premier Distributor of the Year. Abducted Sandy Grande woman reported threat by attacker a month ago. And these are the stories that are making way in the Newsday. And let me say good morning to Mr. Dominic Romain.
Morning, sir.
Morning. How are you this morning, my friend?
I am well. No complaints.
Nice. Well, I'm almost finished with the papers. I'm just going to finish up on the Guardian here.
All right, no problem.
Yeah. Yes. Headlines in the Guardian. Omicron breach. That's the headline in the Guardian. So getting on the inside, Christmas decorations on Cipriani statue come down. The memorial statue of national hero Captain Arthur Cipriani, which had been concealed behind Christmas decorations, is being unclothed. I saw them when they was putting up that and I was wondering. Manning back at home, Kojo out to work after bout with COVID. Duke resigns from PSA effective December 31st. Mayoral parents, grandparents benefit from digital literacy classes. Monilal accuses government of trying to control TTPS. Help guy fight leukemia. Minister, system failed at airline and check-in counter. Probe launched as TNT detects first Omicron variant. AG gives Farley 4 p.m. deadline tomorrow to respond to. Okay, this would have been yesterday. All right. Recount, Dennis loses by 4 votes, not 2. No long lines at Queen's Park Savannah. Long lines at Sapa for vaccine booster. Bhagwan Singh condemns fake news report on COVID status, and I also saw this. I don't know why people just jump out their whole self. Soldier and business owner ticketed for breach of safe zone. TNT and Korea strengthen bilateral relations. Another police officer dies from COVID. Taxi driver on $0.25 million bail for vehicle fraud. And these are the stories that are making way in the Guardian, the Express, and the Newsday at this time. So, as I said before, you can go there and get the papers of your choice. At this time, I'm going to turn things over to Mr. Dominic Romain. Dominic?
Yes, sir. I just reading something here quickly. So, it seems the PSA will finally be rid of Mr. Duke. December 31st. The man is not a man unless he changes his mind. That's what he say. So, until December 31st, we will see. Well, I'm seeing his offer of resignation here. And I trust that the Conference of Delegates will happily accept. I just hope that it is not going to be a situation where, just as it is perceived that Mr. Duke will be running the THE from the office of the Deputy Chief Secretary, that is not a situation where he'll be running the PSA also from the office of the Deputy Chief Secretary, depending on who will be replacing him and how that replacement comes about. If it is that the first vice president becomes the acting president until such time, or if they're going to have quote-unquote by-election for the position of president. Well, one thing we know that it will not be what's Duke in that chair. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out. There are a lot of public officers who've been looking forward to this day for a very long time. Of course, it means Mr. Duke will also have to resign from WASA, because by stepping down and no longer being on the executive of the PSA, he will be required to return to his substantive position at WASA. And since he is on record as having said in live earlier this year, I am no longer working at WASA. I'm not going back to WASA. I'm a boss. I'm going back to no WASA for no, that I write no report for nobody. But I slap him in the head. Right, okay. Good morning, all of the loyal listeners of the Street 919 FM. Morning, Mrs. Sapi, Mr. and Mrs. Regis. Morning, Madam Tunapuna. Morning, Angie. Mano, morning. Oh, God, more morning to you as well. Alison Samuel. Morning, Jeanette. I get Jeanette a call. There was a lady who called on Sunday morning, and I took her number and I tried calling her, but it didn't go through, so I'll try her again today because she wanted to speak off here. So, so that's a big development there, Bruce. Of course, the man couldn't miss the opportunity to big up himself in his resignation letter. This man is something else, you know. Hear what it says, It says, offer of resignation, read the position of President of the Public Services Association of Trinidad and Tobago, pursuant to Article 47 of the Constitution of the PSA. So now he realizes that the PSA has a constitution. Well, good for you, Watts. I, Watson Solomon Duke, President of the PSA of Trinidad and Tobago, hereby offer my resignation for acceptance by the Conference of Delegates to be effective from December 31st, 2021. So I think this would be the first meeting of the Conference of Delegates in about 10 years or more. Yeah. The presidency began in 2009 when public officers had no access to HTC homes, a poor health plan, no job security, small salaries, and were being exploited by politicians, of which you are now one. However, over the ensuing years, I was able to stop the destruction of the civil service by halting the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority, Passport Authority, Forestry Authority, and Licensing Authority. In other words, I was an obstructionist. I am placed in excess, or rather, I also placed in excess of $5 billion in workers' pockets based on salary increases, allowances, etc. How much did you place in your pockets? I have commenced the job evaluation for over 1,500 different categories of jobs, which is now approximately 25% complete. That is a bigger percentage than the percentage of persons who voted in the last PSC election. So you should be ashamed. In addition, I have created an opportunity for public officers to enter the discussion in the boardroom at the level of governance by entering and becoming successful in the Trinidad and Tobago political arena. All right, let's see how long that lasts. Specifically speaking, I am now the Deputy Chief Secretary of the THA, which is a body charged with creating policy and managing the affairs of Tobago. as the PSA faces its future without you, it would require a political solution to its political problems. 9 years without a salary increase is a political problem. But you're the greatest trade unionist there ever was. You're greater than Butler, greater than Cyprian, Colery, and 9 years without a salary increase? Watson? That's the legacy you're leaving by? Wow. Imagine if the person who to replace you were to come in and was able to achieve a salary increase in 1 year. What does that say about your incoming 10 years? Anyway. Failure to fill vacancies is a political problem created by the Minister of Finance. Okay. Failure to adjust allowances is a political problem. So I imagine if all these problems exist in the THA, that Mr. Duke is going to fix it, right? Okay. As such, upon acceptance with effect from December 31st, 2021, I will be completely committing myself to creating a political solution to fixing these problems for citizens of our country. Okay. All right. Which country is that? Trinidad and Tobago or Tobago and Trinidad? I don't know, because you took an oath, you swore an oath to Tobago and Trinidad. I don't know that there's a country called Tobago and Trinidad, but yeah. Therefore, I hope my resignation is accepted. Oh, it will be. So I can commit myself to the same work, albeit on a different level, respectfully, Watson Duke. And I know that was music to the ears of many, many people.
Yeah.
Yes. And then there's a notice, special conference of delegates of the PSA. Dear delegate, please be informed that a special conference of the PSA is scheduled for Tuesday, the 21st of December, 2021 at 10 a.m. Then we said no time. In association with Article 13.1a of the Constitution of the PSA, this meeting will be held virtually via Zoom platform. Then they have the agenda here, filling up the vacant position of President pursuant to Article 37F of the Constitution of the PSA with effect from January 1st, 2022. And it would be greatly appreciated if delegates exercise the principles of time management and be punctual. Don't worry, they will be punctual. This is an opportunity one does not want to miss. It'll be interesting to see how this develops, right? So I've made a point before, Bruce, and it's worth repeating that I believe that the salary of I'll check it and see what it is in the SRC report, but the salary of a assemblyman and a THA secretary, I think, is less than what Mr. Duke would have been earning as PSA president.
Okay.
Whereas he had latitude to, design his pay packet as the president of the PSA. He doesn't have such latitude with respect to his earnings in the THA, because that is decided by the Salaries Review Commission. So he's very restricted in how much he can earn there. It begs the question, how then does Mr. Duke propose to make up that shortfall in income given the lifestyle that it has afforded him, the lifestyle that he has grown accustomed to based on remuneration from the PSA? So I wonder, is that that Range Rover Vela that he's been driving around, that white Vela he's been driving in since the Mercedes crashed? Since the Mercedes crashed, I wonder if that is being paid for by the PSA, then it must be returned forthwith, as well as all the property of the PSA. So they should move expeditiously to have Mr. Duke's name removed as a signatory on the accounts of the PSA. Now, depending on who replaces Mr. Duke as president, whether it's his first vice president or if they would opt to go the way of a by-election, in which case I imagine the contenders last year for presidency, the likes of Oral Saunders, Nixon Calendar, and these others, in the same way that Mr. Fali Augustin is calling for a forensic audit of the THA and what PNM did in the last 21 years. I trust that like would also be taking place at the PSA to see what took place in terms of expenditure under the auspices of Mr. Duke. I think that would perhaps be the most anticipated forensic audit we've had in a long time. The last one being, of course, the forensic audit into the Piaco Airport scandal. So It'll be interesting to see that. And again, which is why I'm concerned about Mr. Duke putting things in place so that he can run the PSA from the THA, right? But he needs to remember the PSA, or rather the THA is not the PSA, and the PSA is not the THA, and the PSA is about to be under new management and new leadership. So I wait with bated breath to see how that one plays out. All right? Yeah. So I imagine that his executives probably not sitting too comfortably right now, because he would have probably granted them a certain level of, free fall. Which, first Vice President, you better. Well, let's see how this maneuvering is going to take place.
It will be interesting, man.
Very interesting indeed. Yeah, but needless to say, Liberation Day has come for the PSA, one way or the other, right? So we just urging the public servants who have been pushing for this for the past however long, please do not mess up this opportunity. Because I don't want to cast aspersions, right? But the current executive, absent Mr. Duke, is technically Duke followers, technically Duke disciples. So if it is that they are allowed to seize or to capture leadership of the union in Mr. Duke's absence, basically it's just 6 or 1 half a dozen of the next. You know, he will still be calling the shots from behind the scenes. So they need to fix that. Right. The second issue, this issue of the Omicron. What really went on there? I'm confused. I'm really confused. I mean, I am confused as to how the individual was allowed to board the plane in the first place, right? Now, I don't know what is the procedure in New York. I would imagine it should be the same procedure throughout, because I can tell you when I came back last week, right? In the airport, before you join the line to go to the counter to check in, they have these people working. Well, so I would have flown through American Airlines, right? So they have these American Airlines employees. They stand at the top of the line, the entrance to the line, and they ask you to see your PCR results, and then they have these slips in their hand, like bands that they put on your hand when you go to these fets and stuff. So before they allow you to enter the line, you have to show them proof that you tested negative. So they look at it and they see negative, they say okay, they give you this band, and then they allow you to enter the line. If it's positive, then you are not allowed to enter the line, and you're not allowed to check in. So I am hearing that this person had a positive PCR but a negative antigen, and may have been allowed to board the plane based on the negative antigen. But the folks the officials in the airports in New York, who are charged with responsibility for verifying these things, ought to know that an antigen test is not allowed for entry into Trinidad. They only allow the PCR test, so they should have gone by the results of the PCR test, which is deemed to be more accurate than the antigen test.
So let me ask you this, Dominic. As you say that, now remember it is said that the flight went to Panama first.
Right.
So is it that result that she had is allowed in Panama?
Well, that's the next question.
Because now, mind you, then if that is the case, then she would have reached Panama and had to stop there. Because remember, that is not the requirement to come to Trinidad.
Right.
So then that probably is where the problem lies. Who knows?
But then one of the things, when you go to the airport, right, they accept the antigen test on the basis, well, at least on Trinidad, they accept the antigen test on the basis that you're taking a direct flight. If you are taking a connecting flight, then and you have an antigen test, they will not accept it. They tell you need a PCR test if the flight is going to make a stop before it reaches the final destination.
Okay.
Now, this Panama thing, right? This is, I don't know, as far as I know, which more than likely it would be, I'm guessing it would, well, I don't want to cast aspersions, but I know Copa Airlines, they operate through the Panama thing, right? Now their flights are cheaper, but it's a longer flight. Okay. So, for instance, what I would have seen when I was looking to book my flight down to come back to Trinidad from Miami. So you would come from Miami, and then the flight is 5:16 in the evening, comes from Miami, it goes through Panama, and then it comes to Trinidad, right? Because they make us stop to drop off people in Panama or pick up people in Panama, whatever as the case may be.
Okay.
But as I said, and that flight is approximately 7 hours, whereas the normal flight is about 3 hours and 15 minutes. But if you want to pay less, you would take that flight and you pass through Panama. But as I said, I know that Cooper Airlines is the only airline I've seen that does that.
Okay.
So, yeah. So clearly there was a failure on the part of somebody. But you know, sometimes I guess when you're an employee, right? Somebody come and they present you with two tests, one negative, one positive. Where's supposed to? I come to you. What would tell you to? Because if I tell you, well, no, you can't come, you cannot board the flight because you have a test that because it says that you're positive, but you also have one that says that you're negative. I confused. I don't want no bacchanal. Me when you cost me out and all kind of things. So you know what? People here, let them deal with that when you reach Trinidad. If it is, let Trinidad sort it out. Let them figure it out, right? Because I am just an ordinary employee. I don't want to lose my job, so I'm not going to come and tell you XYZ as the case may be and cause problems and hold up the flight. Because next thing we tell you can't board the flight, and then the matter is sorted out, and they say, well, okay, we were willing to accept this negative test, and then the airline gets sued, and the person gets upgraded. So you say, you know what, nah, forget that, you know. When she reaches that, let them review the decide which result they want to take, and if it is they choose the positive PCR, well then they will send them quarantine or whatever, and we have no issues to deal with, you know. So, based on, as I told you, based on what is done at the airport, I would imagine there's probably some low-level employee just made that decision on the spot. Well, you woman have a positive test and a negative, and it's not for me to decide. So you know what? You have a negative, you go on the plane. And when you reach wherever, let them deal with it.
At that point, they're supposed to call the supervisor.
Yeah.
So, what's going on now? You handle this lady here. Let me continue. Next.
Right. But even so, the supervisor's hands and the woman know what she was doing. You come with 2 tests. One says I'm positive and one says I'm negative. So you confuse the people right away because they are not doctors to make a decision as to which one they're going to accept. Now, they should have accepted the PCR on the basis that Trinidad and Tobago only accepts PCR for entry into the country.
Yep. And that is it right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So if it is a case where the person probably don't know, you know, and they just say, well, you know what, I don't want to make that judgment call, you know. I don't want to get in trouble for the bar and this woman for entering the plane, and then it is later shown that she should have and could have entered the plane based on the negative result. So let me just allow her to go on the plane and just absorb myself at the back, and also once she go on, I don't have that problem. Not anticipating that, you know, I probably figure, well, when she reaches that, they might just accept the negative test and she go home and everything good. So, yeah. Never had all moments in Trinidad. Never had all moments. Right? But, you know, whoever this individual is, there ought to be some sort of consequence for your foolishness. Right? Because you put people at risk. So now everybody on that flight, they have to do tracing for everybody on that flight. So whoever came off of the plane in Panama, you had to find them too. You have to find the passengers, that's the kind of thing. To trace where these people went since they planed in Panama, who they associated with. You see all the kind of people don't think, you know. They really don't think. And then you went in the airport all over the place after they allow you to pass through to check in your bags, whatever it is. There's a period of time where you go and you sit down in the lounge area waiting for the flight to board. So you sit down among people and okay, you're walking all over the place. Did you go to any of the duty-free shops to buy anything? Touch up. And stupidity knows no limits. So. As I said, she should be made to pay a fine or something. You can't just that's not going to do. That's nonsense. Right? You get it?
Yes, I did, and I did forward it to the.
Alright, well, we can play it when we come back after.
When we come back?
Yeah.
All right.
Hubert Volney. I can't let Hubert Volney slide. This man, as a former judge, as a former minister of government, you would think should know better. But common sense ain't so common, right? So he pulled this stunt, thinking that he's doing something good and he's the defender of the people. And instead, social media drag him. They rake him over the coals. Yeah. So you decide to do a video. You're on the beach, right? And now the media contacts you to find out, well, where was this? You don't want to see. Why you don't want to see? Because you want to give the impression that you were on the beach in Trinidad. You know, just like the young lady who was on the private beach and so on in her big broad brimmed hat, and this is a private beach and yeah. So he says, you know, he's one of those who could afford to pay to go on the beach. Does that pay? Well, oh gosh, what we know. In Chupid, you were able to pay, you bought a plane and you went home to Dominica. We know that. You've been constantly attacking our Prime Minister. But you're not even a Trini. You're not a Trini. Relax yourself. Why don't you go and attack Roosevelt Skerritt? You're Prime Minister. Yeah, right. You go on the Facebook page, all kind of thing praising Dominica. Why you ain't talk about the fact that Dominica is spending a certain money to build an airport? Well, they have a problem with the airport building in Tobago. And the airport in Dominica costing more than the airport in Tobago. You know, you see with that. Dominica have a population of 72,000 people. You know, you see with that. So you have an issue with the airport, right? So you decide to pull this stunt. Well, I engaged him on Facebook. Okay, so yeah, a friend of mine, who is his friend, put up a post yesterday morning and tagged him. And he replied. And I replied to him. I told him, I said, yeah. He put one long diatribe and thing and tell him a partner about, you know, political allegiance and all kind of thing. And I said, but Volney, utter rubbish. I said, this is the type of illogical rationale, right, that characterizes your tenure on the bench. That's abysmal. To which he replies, a personal attack from a non-achiever. I said, well, I think non-achiever is a term that would better describe your tenure as a minister. But in any event, why didn't you show us all the people on the beach enjoying themselves, right? Since as you say, you should have shown us that. I said, but further to that though, social media has already begun to rake you over the coals, and they have dubbed you a has-been who looking for relevance. You poor misguided soul. And I see he replies to me, Dominic Romain, thank you for your intelligence and kindness. And my response to him was, you're most welcome, but perhaps you should try and emulate those traits in your future criticisms of the government's management of COVID, because your latest attempt simply all it did was to add to your overflowing dossier of poor judgments. So, I see you replied to me, I can last.
Stop hitting the man for 6.
Oh, that is a clown. I mean, seriously, this, and you know, it speaks to, again, it's your poor judgment, the poor judgment of the leader of the opposition in selecting people to serve in her administration. And that was another poor judgment. Because clearly, this man is unhinged. I don't know if perhaps he's still reeling from the way that he would have exited politics, where his beloved leader kicked him out on his backside, most unceremoniously, and all but called him a damn blasted liar. So I could finally playing on him. I don't know. So when I saw this post, this video, I say, but like it have a zombie apocalypse in the political cemetery. I could do that's the only explanation I could come up with as to how Hubert Volney was resurrected. Them social, they just the rest in peace. Rest in peace, Hubert. Oh gosh, ease me up now. Seriously? Really? You're always going after the Prime Minister. I'm spending no time with you. You're wasting time. You're retired. Enjoy whatever time you have left above ground now. Leave the Prime Minister alone. He doesn't need your critique. And again, I make the point that he has been one of those who's been very vociferous about this whole beach thing, right, Bruce? And with the Prime Minister suffering the people by preventing them from going on the beach. As if. What is so great about the beach? If you just go in the water, if it is that you have problems, you have money problems, you just go and dip and come back up and you're rich. You're sick, you just go and dip in the water. When you come back up, you're healed. I'm confused. It's about the beach and people need the beach and the beach and the beach. There are people in this country who can't tell you the last time they went to the beach. Years, donkey years, they go to the beach. When I go to the beach, the water will pass my ankles. I ain't playing that. Not me. I ain't not doing that. Right? I'm telling you, before they start water, my nose is just below my knees. After that, I can't swim. Just going in the water. If I go in a pool and reach my 20, when I reach 20 water level, reach just by my chest there, that's it. I go no further. I ain't not playing that.
Well, Dominic, let me give you how should I say? Let me give you a bit of info, a small bit of info. Now, through my own experience, like with your joints and stuff, especially like your knees, you go in, you see early in the morning, and you sit down and you sap the knees, you massage it, sap it nice, get a nice little soak. Now notice why I say the knees, eh?
Yes.
I ain't talking about dive and go and swim and frolic and throw the beach ball, and I ain't talking about all that.
Right.
You sap up the knees and thing, right? And every morning you do that, you just get a ease. You just get a nice ease. So a lot of people, and I'm not saying ageable people, because even young persons do that. If they have a little injury, a little joint injury, they go in the sea, and it helps. So in that aspect, what the Prime Minister was saying the other day, he understands that, there is also that aspect of the beach where people want to go for that. But what he's afraid of is the congregating and the beach parties. Because, come on, we know that's what's going to happen.
Because we are an undisciplined society.
We know that is exactly what's going to happen. As you hear the beach open, Dominic, is a free for all. It has nothing about sap knee there, though. It has no soap, no joints there, though. It's free for all. You understand? The folks that would normally come out early in the morning, because there are a lot of people, especially in Carnage, that will come down the road very early in the morning and go and, they sit down and they soak for an hour or two, or whatever the case may be. And I'm talking about early in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock, them heading down the road. You understand? But to everybody else, let me be real now, they open up the beach and know it's going to be a free-for-all. It is going to be a free-for-all.
Well, people who will go on the beach and they're not even going for the water,
Well, this was saying.
They started drinking before they reached the beach. So by the time they reached the beach, they had high. So they ain't going in the water. Right? Just so the line, right.
Boy.
So apparently, according to, if you go by what Bolney's saying, we'll have social distancing on the beach, right? We have spaces, and if you stand there and the police come, you stand up there, all right, and they're walking around to measure tape. Hey, hold on, 6 feet. 6 feet. All right. Yeah.
Right.
Really? I mean, they dragged the Prime Minister over the coals, Bruce, back in April. Go tell the people, go Tobago. And because of that, it caused a spike. What was wrong with the Prime Minister saying, go to the beach? Or rather, go to Tobago, right? Or let's say he sent people to Tobago, so they'll do what? To go and sing hymns? To light a bonfire? They went to Tobago to go to church? Or did they stay in the guest house all day and play cards? When you go to the Tobago, they went to the beach. The congregation at the beach is what is alleged. It's not what let's say, because it's fine. The Prime Minister tell 50,000 people go to Tobago. So 50,000 people went to Tobago and they leaning on the Prime Minister and they went on the beach. But now you want to open the beach. But the numbers, you see, every day 20-something people, 20-something. We just can't seem to break that 20-something at all. Every day. So where could that happen? And then when you open the beach, and then the numbers increase again, and we start to see 40-something people dying every day. We're going to say that. Prime Minister for management of the COVID and government, ivermectin. Right? Yeah. Something wrong with people in this country, Very, very wrong. I mean, all these families every day. Right now they are.
But Dominic,
unfortunately,
yes.
Yes.
Yesterday, one of my neighbor's mom died. We're not quite sure. Well, I'm not 100% sure as to what was the cause, but it is alluding to that. So I haven't spoken to them. Give people a little time to sort out themselves when someone passed and stuff like that. But we need to be mindful of these things. You understand? So I don't know.
I was reading an article last night which said that the funeral homes are overwhelmed, that they have too many bodies. It's just difficult for them, so that funerals are being delayed because these funeral homes just cannot meet the demand. That is unheard of, Bruce.
Right.
20 people a day, and there are certain funeral homes that are benefiting more so than others, to some extent because of the religion of some of the people who are dying. But oh gosh, come now, man. Right? I mean, look, I learned right now yesterday that one of our senior executives at Guardian Group is in ICU, and so it's terrible. Seriously, but people still taking it for granted, Bruce.
Yeah.
Still taking it. Yeah. That you escape. So far, you have managed to escape. So we really want to play Russian roulette and test it and see what will happen to you. Look at the long lines of people now who went to get a booster shot because everybody frightened. Yeah. But all the time anyway. Long lines yesterday outside the Queen's Park Savannah. But I still find the first time vaccinated, that those numbers not. Anyway, hopefully we will see an uptick in that. But,
Dominic, we're going to the break at this time, so guys, we'll return in just a bit. So keep it locked. Street 919 FM, Titans of Democracy, Dominic Romaine and Bruce Wayne. We'll be right back.
I don't care what the people say about me. They say I'm drinking rum, beer, and whiskey. We're drinking hard, hard, hard. We're drinking hard, hard, hard. We're drinking hard, hard, hard. We're drinking hard, hard, hard.
Hard like a hammer, hard like concrete. Hard mixed with a little bit of sweet. Hard in the house and hard in the street. Hard with plenty food to eat. Hard in a bottle, hard in a glass. Any kind of hard thing, give me it fast. Hard, cause I'm not driving. I'm drinking hard when I'm aligning.
We're drinking hard, hard, hard. We're drinking hard, hard, hard. We're drinking hard, hard, hard. We're drinking hard, hard, hard.
Look, there is the price of goods in the budget. No, but cost cutters have the best price for my pocket. This is Robbie B, and I shop at Cost Cutters Supermarket. All locations: Eldorado, Sangre Grande, Columbia, and Scarborough, Tobago. We are the most affordable supermarket in Trinidad and Tobago. You can always depend on us.
I wish I could win some money to go shopping. Well, I wish I could win some food.
So wait, the two of them don't be mobile giving away cash groceries, tech makeovers, and things for Christmas?
What? You serious?
Yes. But you know what I wish? I wish the two of you good for nothing will pick up a paintbrush or a broom and clean the damn house.
Don't wish it. Win it with B-Mobile this Christmas. Over $1 million in cash and prizes. So come buy a prepaid plan. Switch. Sign up for any postpaid MiFi or wireless home broadband plan or pay your bill to enter. Visit bmobile.co.tt for details. B-Mobile. Life is on.
The biggest one-stop store is doing it once again this Christmas season. It's Charon's. Yes, Charon's for Christmas. Get the latest design and patterns of exclusive rugs and vinyl. Also, our brand new toys such as Transformers, drones, WWE wrestler stars, remote control cars, all sizes of helicopters at ridiculous prices, LED Christmas lights, and amazing Christmas decorations. Also at Charon's One Stop, lots of gift items. It's Christmas like never before at Charon's. Everything is going cheap, cheap, cheap. Also, check out the latest women's wear. Now, while you're there, you can pick up some storybooks for the kids for the season. Remember, Charon's is cheaper this Christmas. Also available on unique items such as household decor and ornaments for your home. Charon's will be open on Sundays until Christmas.
So hurry now to Charon's
this Christmas for all your Christmas items
at Charon's 3 locations: Eastern Main Road, San Juan; Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna; ground floor, Trin City Mall, Trin City. Every item you need in one place.
Charon's is cheaper this Christmas, so shop now.
There's a new drink that's transforming what you expect from a beverage. U-Juice is 100% natural and has the power of red ginseng, turmeric, ginger, and the world's strongest antioxidant, astaxanthin. Your new favorite drink has arrived. U-Juice, en route to the ultimate you.
U-Juice. I'm on my drink, we got a natural boost.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on the street, 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle every Monday from 9:05 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 919 FM.
Open road songs we know, cruising to nowhere. Free your mind, just recline and go with the flow. Who needs a plan? Take my hand, our stories will find us. My shiny caravan, and there's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with you. My shiny caravan, and there's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with you.
Shandy Carib, refreshed for life.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guest. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Friday night, Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour and the Word from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. and Friday night, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. all night prayer for our nation. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So welcome back on the inside. Dominic?
Yes, sir. Before I play that clip, right? Mm-hmm. You know, I'd like to highlight a little stuff about how we complain in Trinidad. And, you know, with the roads in Trinidad having potholes and these things, right? While I was in Florida, Bruce, I saw there was an extensive road rehabilitation exercise going on. In Trinidad, I was that. They told them expanding the highways because Florida can be somebody who's confusing highways because I don't know people for ways. Certainly, if I didn't have ways, if I was and I go in Florida, I would not be driving. Because this one exit, Bruce, and pressure, you know. You had to go quite to our next county or kind of thing, our next city before to cut to turn around to go back where we were anyway. So we complain here. Right, about the state of the roads and they paying road tax and when every time you go to the gas station, money does you paying a tax on the fuel for the roads and stuff. They have US too, right, Bruce? So I'm now checking my email here and I see that I got an email from the rental car agency for the tolls. How much it cost me, Bruce? For that 10 days using the I-95 and the I-75. $104.52 US in tolls. Every time I pass under that thing, snap my license plate. Depending on how many axles on the vehicle, depending on where you're going, so different ones would have different prices, right? So all that driving that I did, $104 US. Wow. They charged me. So imagine if I was living over there. And I went downtown Miami once. Once. So for the most part, I was up Fort Lauderdale side, $104. But we complain in Trinidad. You feel the government here could put in those toll bars, toll machines, or whatever it is that they call it. Every time I see things, I dread it and I say, oh, come boy, I'm gonna catch it. Yeah, and as soon as you pass, you just see the light flash and that's it. Morning. That's how they're able to rehabilitate their roads over there. That kind of, with those, you see that? That money that they're charging people there, and so it's not just citizens. Anybody using the road, whether you're a citizen, you're a foreigner, you come, you use any people highway, you pay. Understand? That's where they get money from. So in addition to whatever fuel tax they pay when they go to the gas station, and the price of fuel over there very high now, when you do the conversion, much higher than Trinidad. But we complain in here. Oh, the roads in our state and the government this and the government that. Yeah, because over there they pay. You only complain when you go to the hospital. You can't get this and you can't get that. And when you go to the hospital, you have to sit down for hours. You know why? And the great US that you all like to complain and compare, right? Because them, you need to have health insurance. And in fact, the government of the United States will penalize you if it is that you don't have health insurance. You have to pay a fee, a penalty for not having health insurance, right? So it's paid. It's not free. It's not universal like it is in Trinidad. You bounce your toe or you get a little gas pain and you jump in your car and you go down to the hospital and they treat you and then you go back home and it costs you nothing, right? That is why they have the healthcare over there that they have, because you have to dip in your pocket and pay for it. But if they tell all you have to do that here in Trinidad, I pay tax, I pay health surcharge. How much you pay in health surcharge? $431 a year. We expect that to do. But when you go by the private doctor, just to walk in the doctor office is $300. Right? And you go back twice. Time you leave that visit with the doctor, don't do it, but it is you do and tell you do this test and you write a prescription, all kind of thing. You leave there, pay $700, $1,000. We paid $431 a year, and you expect to get the best healthcare in the world. When I hear people talking that nonsense, Bruce, it's real upset, man. Seriously, what you expect to get for $431 a year? You cannot be serious, and you all know that. When you go into your private doctor, you choose not because you don't want to go, as I say, scrub no bench in the public hospital. $400 a joke. What doctor visit you going to and pay $400?
Dominic, that is the time when, everybody like to compare Trinidad with everybody else. Right? Look, this one had this. And how come Trinidad can't do that? You put that and try to compare that, you go your bacchanal.
Yeah.
That is what they will tell you. But they Trinidad. Oh, so you know they Trinidad? No. Okay, all right.
Yeah. We always, but Bruce, if you are a foreigner, you're a tourist and you go to the US and you have a medical emergency, you just show them your passport. You pay briefly. And you get the best of healthcare. $0,
Okay.
In the waiting room, a US citizen comes in. Well, they better have the insurance in place or a deep bank account. Pay your money. Yeah. I talk about personal experience here. Last time a friend of mine, when we went Florida, I think she had a kidney infection or something. Going in Coral Springs Medical Center. Show them the passport, right? Every test possible was done. And on top of that, when finished and so they give her whatever drips and whatever medication originally. Then when we leave now, they give her a prescription and tell her she could go to Walgreens or CVS and fill the prescription. By the time we reach in the car park, Bruce, phone ringing, tell her to come back. We could fill the prescription here in the dispensary. Not a penny paid. Yeah? So foreigners get it better than US citizens. And US citizens, you know what money you gotta pay for that? For all them tests, you run blood tests and CT scan and MRI and everything. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't realize how good all they have here, but I always driving. Bruce, have a video from a place.
Sure. Not a problem.
I know some people not gonna like, they just don't like to hear this man. I don't like to hear mine. But I wanna highlight again the depth of stupidity that resides in the circus that is the UNC. Now, Central don't like to hear me talk about the literati and the waterfront healthcare, but that's all right.
It is what it is, man.
Central's mentor, because he listens to this religiously and then comes on the radio to regurgitate what he tells them, and then of course from time to time they had to pull him and say, Central, that ain't making sense. Like when he come, but they also talk about Shampa Kojo and he say Alison West, Ayanna Webster Roy need to resign because of the loss in the election, forgetting that 2013 they got the backside handed to them on a silver platter, 12-0, and Vanilla Allen topping, and Delmon Baker did not resign. See, when only like to let us fool chain only up to call the radio station and talk janja. You can embarrass all. Yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
Coffee. I've been a Catholic all my life. I went to Fatima College, love my school. But to the Catholic community and to Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know what you have done. I don't know what was the process. We've had great archbishops previously, legends, people who influenced this country in a positive manner. But I don't know where they get this one. This archbishop who preaches and gives a sermon to tell all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that it is us to blame and us alone, our indiscipline and our belief that God is a Trinity and our total lack of discipline that the COVID-19 has spiked. We have nobody else to blame but ourselves. Let me tell you something, Mr. P&M Roman Catholic Bishop. And let me tell you, you could talk down to people how you want. You sound like Rowley right there. You spoke down to your flock like Rowley there. You make no sense. Trinidadians and Tobagonians have been the most disciplined human beings on this planet over the last 22 months. When they say lockdown, shut down and broke down, we locked down, shut down and broke down. Our businesses have been shuttered. We stayed home. We were under a state of emergency without any reason or rationale. Our rights have been oppressed. We have been sacked and beaten down. We've lost our savings, our houses, our cars. We did what this government said. The fact is that the government had no plan, and that's why we are in this COVID-19 pandemic that is ravaging us. Where did the COVID come from, Roman Catholic Archbishop? If we were on lockdown, shut down and broke down, if our citizens could not even come home through the airport through a ridiculous exemption policy that one man could determine whether we with birth papers from here could come home. It came through the porous borders, sir. Do you know what a porous border is? Do you know where the Brazilian variant came from? Through illegal immigrants coming through porous borders. The government did not secure the porous borders, so the COVID kept coming. So no matter how much discipline we showed on the inside, COVID came from the outside. We locked down on the inside. We behaved on the inside. We socially separated on the inside, but COVID came from the outside. The Brazilian variant is what started in April and May to ravage this country, and there was no procurement of vaccination. The lack of procurement of vaccination was not the people. We could not get vaccinations. It was Keith Rowley and the P&M government who failed to procure vaccinations January, February, March, April, May. And then they started to vaccinate with Sinopharm because they wanted to get some sort of contract and deal with a loan with the Chinese company. Now we're learning that the Sinopharm vaccine at 2 shots, you're not fully vaccinated, but you have safe zones with people who have taken Sinopharm 6 months ago and they down that 50% efficacy. So don't blame the people. The people are very disciplined. We have listened. You seem to be the Roman Catholic Archbishop of Balize House. You're not making sense. What about the boosters? You bring in 305,000 original Pfizer and you say it's only for children. Rather than giving those, you tell people that brands don't matter, but brands do matter. You don't procure the best. You didn't beg India for the AstraZeneca, which seems to be one of the best right now. You put us in a place of total ravaging, no plan, no contact tracing. Now we need boosters. You're getting another 350,000 Pfizer. Who are you going to give it to? Why are you having old people going for boosters and not getting it, being turned back? What about the super spreader events? What about Rowley telling people go to Tobago and Palance and so on? Open it, Tobago is open. With only the people to blame, it's our indiscipline. We have been the most disciplined people in the world. Our government is the worst. The decisions are the worst. Where are the ventilators? What about putting a man who is not even a doctor as the head of the Ministry of Health. I want to know your qualification to be the head of the Roman Catholic Church, because I am ashamed to be a Catholic right now. It is not the people to blame. The government is in charge. We have done everything they've said. We have been disciplined. We have sacrificed. We've been oppressed. And the government has failed, and you are blaming us? Take off your PNM balize from under your robe, Roman Catholic Archbishop. I'm sorry for the Roman Catholics right now. I pray that someone of the ilk of Archbishop Pantin will come back. He must be shaking his head right now to believe that you are the leader of the Roman Catholics in Trinidad and Tobago. I could go on and on. Where did the Delta variant come from? Through the porous borders. They now come to tell us they have 2 vessels without diesel to protect us. We're safe now. No army, no Coast Guard patrol, no diesel, no helicopter, no air guard, no army patrols, no army camps down on the board, no.
Right.
I thought, that is a democratic country. Eh? I thought so. Apparently that changed while I was out. So in this country, once you say anything that is deemed by the UNC to be in support of the government, or you say anything that they perceive to be non-critical of the government, you are labeled a PNM. So we saw that the parliament, when the independent bench decided not to support the motion to remove the president, they were shouted down as being PNM. Now the Catholic Archbishop is a Balize Tootin PNM because he decided to call out the irresponsibility of citizens. And so, citizens have not been irresponsible. Those who know they have COVID and presented with a negative and a positive test and jump on a plane to possibly expose hundreds of people to the virus, that's not irresponsible. When we know we have COVID and we choose, because we're feeling good today, I'm going in the bank, I'm going to the grocery, going in the pharmacy. I went and get tested for COVID and I tested positive, but I ain't telling nobody. So I could go about my business as normal. Understand? Yeah, you know that people in your house with COVID and they going about doing whatever. You ain't saying nothing, it's neither here nor there with you. He's a big woman, she's a big woman, he's a big man. The big and they have sense. I should not tell them nothing. So that's not indiscipline. When you're having these underground parties, that's not indiscipline. No. Don't blame the people at all.
Dominic, in all the months we sit down here, and you've played 1 or 2 clips from Mr. Roberts. This is the first clip that I could have reached in the TV, as the old people they say, and it him to clout, you know. You serious, boy? You cannot be serious. It have no way.
Senator Roberts.
Nah, man. No wonder why the rest of the world is watch our opposition and laugh and say, boy.
He doesn't know the process by which this Archbishop was selected. Well, that was the decision of the Holy See, all the way up in the Vatican, right? The Pope. That's the Pope choice.
So that is a classic case of I have nothing to do and plenty time in which to do it.
Yes.
Because you started on the Archbishop, you reached by Mr. Dial Singh, you reached by Dr. Rowley, you reached by the one of the previous Archbishop, you come back down the road, you reach in the Balize, but like you're paranging. It's really Christmas time. It's really Christmas time. Something have to be wrong with that gentleman. You see, and what you feel because you started raise your voice, that mean people going to be accepting that nonsense you're talking? Because you started get loud?
That is Central's mentor. Central Peace have a daily diet of You see them, there's been on Facebook. Listen to Douglas Politics. Listen to Anil this and Anil that. Right? Senator Anil Roberts. Always because the border is porous.
You watching
so,
Facebook? You watching?
No.
You watch, Mr. Ryan Thomas, good morning. Tread lightly, Mr. Thomas. Right? Because what happened is people don't have time to go on Suhi. It's a waste of time. A judge the judge comes sit down for the case. Well, what? This is what you call me here for? Look, get out my courtroom. I don't know. I used to tell myself that,
Speaks the truth, right? So it's because the border is porous, Bruce, that the Delta variant got in here, right? So if the borders wasn't porous, Trinidad and Tobago would have been only country in the world we wouldn't have COVID, no Delta. No. Right. So all the other countries in the world, every single country get touched by Delta. Their borders porous too. Australia's borders are closed, Mr. Thomas, since March last year, and it's still closed. And it will be closed until the middle of next year. Australia is a remote island by itself, sir. How did they get the Delta, sir? The Venezuelans? They decided not to come to Trinidad anymore. They take a canoe or pirogue and they went down to Australia. How did the Delta get in? Explain that to me. The Doglaya could explain that to me. How it got in there and their borders locked tight. While it was cussing this government, they lock out their citizens. Well, guess what? They still have thousands of Australians around the world who have not been able to go back into Australia for almost 2 years. Because why the borders closed? Because the government only accepts a certain amount of people every week. So the Australian Prime Minister is a dictator? Arnold speaks the truth? Really? So he attacks the Archbishop because the Archbishop decides to blame people for the irresponsibility. Really?
The Archbishop was talking and made a general statement as he would do when he's conducting his sermons. He speaks to everybody. It's a general statement.
So, and that makes him a PNM, right? So he can't say nothing based on what he sees, based on what he has observed, based on what he has heard, because the Archbishop is all over the place. And therefore he sees the irresponsibility of the people, right? But he talking nonsense. And he talking, the Archbishop, he talking for the government. And therefore that warrants Anil Roberts to come out and do what he did, right? And so where are the Catholics to defend the Archbishop? So he's now also casting aspersions on how the Archbishop was chosen. So he had no issues with the Archbishop before. It was good until he made this statement, and all of a sudden now he's no good anymore. All of a sudden you have a problem with how he was chosen and that you are ashamed to be a Catholic. Really? Mr. Roberts, there are many other things that you have done in your life for which Catholics should be ashamed that you are a part of that.
You understand? You understand?
You should be excommunicated. Really? Catholics everywhere should be ashamed that you admit that you are a Catholic. You are a poor example. Very, very poor example to children who aspire, when they do their first communion and their confirmation and so. This is what you represent as a Catholic. Really? That is what your religion teaches, sir? To behave like that? To attack people in such a manner because you disagree with their point of view, you disagree with their opinion. So you label them PNM and you decide to do a live, entertain the UNC clowns? Really?
Oh boy.
Catholics in the UNC too, unfortunately. But yeah. That's Senator Anil Roberts. So careful, anybody in this country who is deemed to be independent, apparently if you want to make a speech that may be considered or deemed by the UNC to be supporting the government, you need to write it out and vet and send it to them for vetting first, and they will tell you, well, yes, you could read this, or yes, you could say this, or no, take this out, right? Okay, and then we will leave you alone. We wouldn't attack you on social media. We wouldn't rake you over the coals and call you PNM and say that you have a balize under your frock or whatever it is. You see? And I want you all to notice the difference. If you people you feel if the Archbishop says something that could be deemed anti-government, it's okay, well, it's up to you to see what you want to say. But, anyway. Who's can feel free to open the lines.
I don't know with them. Is a set of neutrals or no? A set of neutrals or no? Guys, you can call us at 342-081-466-5391. And remember to keep it tight. Please keep it tight.
I want to ask Mr. Thomas, what is the Archbishop's lean?
Hold on, Barataria.
The stain is lean. What is the Archbishop's lean, sir?
Yeah,
as a public figure, I saw the Archbishop was one of several religious leaders who is in advertisements that are sponsored by the Ministry of Health, appealing to people to get vaccinated. So there was the Catholic Archbishop, there was the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, and so on. Since it's a government position that people should be vaccinated, should the secretary or wherever this guy's position is in the SDMS, should he also stay in his lane? And the bishop, the Anglican bishop, Clyde Berkeley, who is also in that act, should he also stay in his lane, sir? Well, define what their lane is now, please, because the Archbishop never mentioned the government or the PM, right? He put the blame on the people, right? Because let's face it, when the numbers went from 100 and something, but back in January, when we were seeing 5 a day, 2 a day, some days 0, how did it go from that to where it is now, right? When it is that the government had restrictions in place on the SOE, restricting the mass movement of people, and the numbers was 100 and something. Now it's 700 and 800 a day. The restrictions have been lifted, the SOE done. The same restrictions on SOE that always say wasn't working. So how it come about? Kid already just go and tell the people, hey, come congregate. You know you have COVID, and you're supposed to be home and quarantine, but you're in the grocery and you're in the bank. Kid already tell them do that, so that's not irresponsible. Don't call that up. Blame the government alone.
Caller, morning.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
And I would like to believe that adults, and they are going on, they're so desperate. He on every night, Every night he on, they're so thirsty that he on Sunday, like he don't sleep. Really, a Douglas politics. So he got to be living alone. Because I can't see a man or a government opposition so desperate that they have a man carrying on a talk show every night. So he just have to look for things to talk to Dominic in order to keep the grounds and them tune in. But that can't be logical, eh? So he have a tendency to boast about his mother, his parents. I wonder if anybody ever asked him watch yourself and ask yourself, if your parents would be proud, the kind of man you turned out to be, Mr. Roberts. Because you is the biggest crown on to me. You own every day. I want to pay to go and see you. If I want entertainment, I tune in and watch it. The fellas do this. Come on, there are no common sense on that side, It's desperation, Dominic. There's about 6 of them that are answer, And if the Chief Justice move out fast, what happen? Well, enjoy the morning and thanks.
Thank you. I have a video. I'll send it to you first and you tell me if to play that video. Guys, you can call us up 342-008-14665-391.
So I see Mr. Thomas mention that I should try to debate Anil, and she failed if anyone is. But you for real? You for real, Mr. Thomas? Seriously? Anil Roberts? Man, look. If you're this morning, yes? There's a reason for Anil Roberts program, Google Liar Politics. So anything that Anil Roberts that comes out of that man's mouth, right? I could refute with hardcore evidence. But you see when all your mind, you see what between here and here is either it's vacuous, it's just space, or it's concrete. So all they just sucking that nonsense and it's singing good.
You have a call.
You can't come wrong.
Caller, morning.
Hello. Morning.
Morning, mother, morning.
Morning, how are you? At least I'm not getting you on radio, and by the time I turn on, I see something they're talking about borders closed and with the COVID and all of that. Is that something the COVID was in since 2010 to 2015 when they remove all the security from the country? Is that time you're referring to? I don't know what some of them brain now. Okay then.
Oh God, thank you, Mom. Let me get that video to send for you, Dominic, while I have another call here. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce and Dominic.
Morning.
Dominic, I am the person who called you. I am not hearing you when you call, so you could take this other number.
All right.
Thank you very much.
No problem. So, guys, we continue taking your calls. Let's see. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. I want to say something here, right? Now, the money play a clip there with Adele Roberts, right? Now, which part then they be saying that people don't listen to that, you know? People don't listen to them, right? And that clip to talk over it makes sense because people don't want to hear that. So bringing it on your program, that get people sick because when they're saying it, people don't listen to them. And they sit down, right now, they sit down by the radio station, listening to hear for they go play it to feel happy. Don't play them thing and talk over it, leave that so. Right? Leave it so. Don't play them kind of shoppiness to talk over it. That makes sense. Let them go so with that. Because first time I hear that, I don't listen to them. Any station, only the station I just listen to. And first time I hear that. And playing that to talk over it makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
look your partner. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bruce and Dominic.
Morning, Central. Morning.
Well, I just listened to it. Collective man saying I just listened to the program. And the other day, he said Robert Tella put out a challenge to Mr. Barataria to tell him what the PNM did, what thing viable the PNM did in 6 years. And he was not able to answer the question. And he opened the line for all PNM callers to call and say the same thing. Nobody called. And Mr. Barataria, I think he was unceremoniously booted out of the station because you want to control the man program. Have a good morning, people.
Caller, good morning.
Yes, a blessed morning to you, Mr. Bruce the Boss Wayne.
Morning.
Good morning. Blessed morning, Mr. Sean Philip. All our listeners and callers, a blessed morning. It's your nice, blessed morning, really is. All who are alive. Dominic, you're so right. We care less about what's going on, but we want it to be fixed. You see, lawlessness, if it continues, it will be a destructive part to Trinidad and Tobago. I thank Mr. Duke for sending his resignation, but I want all ties with PSA to be cut because it have a financial audit to take place. All the people breaks in for Duke in a mess, Duke have serious questions to answer, and then he have Folly to deal with right now, if he was rushing you. But Dominic, I just want to spend a little minute on this. Remember, Sunday I called in and tell you about, instead of distribution of scarce means, it should be redistribution of wealth. The government budget this year is $54 billion, and as a share, if you take $39 billion and put it in each constituent, and you still have, you give Tobago too, you still have $13 billion. But here is the solution. The councillors have a list from here to heaven, and it's a priority on the list in all the constituents given to the MPs, and they go in the parliament to debate about spending. If you was rushing, this is how it will go. No money to the state enterprises, no money to energy, no money to Wasan, no money to TNTech, no money to TSTT, no money to HBC. All of these, by the end of the year, had to come and show me that they bring everything up to up to mark. No scratch, up to mark. They have to bring all the thing up to mark. And it's Operation Clean Up Trinidad and Tobago. So from January, we started the cleanup. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dominic, you watch the video? If you think I could play it?
Yeah, go through.
Oh,
and do this. Well, at least you can take the message.
Yeah. All who want to divide and talk the backward talk at this time. Have a nice little clip. Let me take this call. Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Goosewin and Dominic. Calling from Iwer Village, Basswood, Princeton.
Welcome.
Right. Yes, brother. The first thing is we must remember that Analytica is still here. That ain't gone nowhere, you know. That like it grounded here. Neighbor string here. 2, remember that Malcolm X had said, when a lie continues circling lies, after a time it becomes the truth, you know. So that is why the Douglas man always banging every minute, as Bartega said, like he don't sleep. 3, Mr. Duke, as I say, he will be in real bacchanal. May the good Lord be with him. Right? And the next thing is really the citizens, my friends, who really has this thing spreading, you know. Because remember, I on the streets every day, brothers. I'm a vendor. And hello, people act as if it is no distance, you know. Even though they're in the mass, you know, they're liming and drinking as close as possible on the streets. So what the Archbishop has said, he is correct. Well, I mean, not me, because I mean, in the week I have to go for my last a booster. We are not listening, gentlemen, and if we continue like this, maybe for the next 4 years, we will be just like this. Have a nice morning, my friends.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Take care. Yeah. Yes, Dominic. So
Next one that's up to play too, Bruce.
Yeah.
That was Roberts. But it's not Mr. Roberts.
Well, I want I'm going to play this one here now for folks to see.
Alright.
And I want the trolls and them to take a good listen and a good watch.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, today I could have been lying in this casket dead. I have lost so many friends. It is unbelievable. They stood right in front of me saying, Ian, I am not going to take that vaccine. You shouldn't take it. But today, they all passed away. They all died and gone. You want to be there for your family? Take the vaccine. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ian Allen. It's not a ledge, it's a fact. I am alive. Please, don't hesitate. Vaccinate. That could have been me going there, but I'm alive. As you can see.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow.
It's probably in his bucket list to lie down in a cove. You know.
The guy does easy, you know. Oh, good.
Fortune people.
Right, this is the next one here that you know, son, man.
Yeah. Yes.
Fortune people, let's quarantine. Jim. going, girl. Just one it was asked mommy for I don't see your sister anymore, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I good. I hope they're boring another 2 weeks quarantine. So I said, look, let me come and pick up some things in the grocery because just want to go and pick up my car by the mechanic.
But when you're in quarantine, you're supposed to stay.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't sore throat or no cough or nothing, no.
Yeah, but...
Only I don't know, but it's serious.
Robert don't know nobody like that. Everybody he know in quarantine responsible. Me I have COVID. Them tell me I don't go in quarantine because so and so was exposed to COVID, but I go down the road, yes. I go in groceries. I think to do yes.
You're doing your own personal test to see what's going on with yourself. Craziness. People, we have to get serious out here. When you see is when you are your quarantine, you have to stay in your quarantine. Because you never to know. To know.
Well, I will later when I pass from the savannah, I will check and see if it have any balize in the crash. By the archbishop there, yeah, I'll check the crash and see if it have any balize in it.
Ah, boy. True.
Same way he gave back to cut up his PNM card, I suppose he should leave the Catholic Church. Go and join, do like Jack, because a variety of religions you could join.
Yeah, it's up to him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you don't have a membership card to be a member of the Catholic Church. You don't have a card for you to cut up. But you could just say, well, I'm no longer a Catholic because, join something else now. Start your own church. Church of the Literati. You could be the Archbishop of that church. I'm sure you'll have a huge following. Yeah.
Under the impression that some of these trolls are in-house trolls, but I will figure it out, man.
Bruce, they love that station. As I say that, yesterday morning I was listening to another station, right? The station that claims to be the most influential name in talk radio. And they had the call-in segments, and a caller calls and he raises the issue of the Tobago Embassy. And the host says, well, wait, what are you talking about? So the guy says, well, the Fali said that they're looking to set up something that is akin to a Tobago Embassy in Port of Spain and so on. And of course, the host, clueless, you don't know, was that some rhetoric on the campaign trail or whatever it is. The guy said, well, no, Fali said that you are the most influential name in talk radio. Well, you are the best radio station. You and your partner commenting on current affairs daily, and you don't know what you know about it. You didn't hear Fali say, and it wasn't even on the platform. Fali said that after he was sworn in as the chief secretary, and he was being interviewed, a press conference, and he was asked to speak on the issue of Mr. Duke, and he said that in the intervening period while Mr. Duke is sorting out his business with the PSA, he will be charged with the responsibility for keeping the discussion of Tobago autonomy alive in Port of Spain. And to facilitate that, they will be setting up something that is akin to a Tobago embassy in Port of Spain to push that whole issue of the Tobago autonomy. And persons who wish to do business in Tobago and want to invest in Tobago will go to this embassy, something that akin to a Tobago embassy, to get information and to do whatever it is. But this, the most influential name in talk radio, well, I know about that. You see why they come here? It's only here you get that. I'm going to just throw that in the mix. Ah, boy. Take it all your calls and line open. Feel free.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce and Dominic.
Morning.
Morning.
And how are you?
Good day. How are you?
Yeah, I did. So far for now. I have a birthday Friday. Okay?
Okay,
with a selfish father. Okay?
Yes, my dear.
So, if I get in, it will shout out selfish father birthday.
No problem.
Right?
Yes, my dear.
So have a blessed day. And all the Titan, everybody, Manu, Sharon, And Shak lady, all you have a blessed day today. Okay, all the Titans, and stay inside if you don't have to go outside.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am. Yes, darling.
All right, darling. Okay.
Take care. So, boy, you know, everybody's saying that. I see somebody say, what, leave Fally alone. Nobody not interfering with Fally. Fally's saying what he had to say and he making news. So, it's in the news, it's trending. We talk about what trended. When things happen in the PNM and the callers start calling and ask about it and we have to deal with it same way. So, hey, come on. It's no one-sided thing here, you know.
But he attacking Fally. Fally said something that is of public. And we commented on it. I want this to be embassy and what would be like Sunday that Mr. Augustus would have said that the THE's workforce is too large. PNM left Tobago on a bed of thorns, that there is no money. And I was asking, where is the money going to come from to pay for the terrorism?
On that note, Dominic, when they gave him the playbook, he turned it upside down. You ain't supposed to wait until you reach inside and you start to deal with the business and then realize, hey, it ain't no money, and then talk that?
Yes.
Before he even reached inside, he started talking that, so the
section. You know, it's like Kamala who just come with a prepared speech before the budget. Before the budget reads, you have to prepare a speech to read afterwards. Yeah.
Hey, watch me. Seriously?
Now, mind you, the budget was in October, right? Bruce, in December. So Tobago was allocated some $2.something billion, right? In December. It was right. That's about 2 months ago. So $2 billion spent in 2 months. Right. Okay. How much money for the year? So fine. Then a budget next month.
The playbook, my friend, they start with, you open it, list of contents, and then you turn chapter 1. You don't go to chapter 5, brother.
Yeah.
When I hear that, I was like, nah, man. I say, hey, let's teach the boy how to read the book properly. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't do that. Don't put my friend up there and have my friend song and so.
Yeah, but the people love him. He don't need to try so hard. Yeah.
Listen to me.
You want to song. Come now, man. The people voted for change.
In all honesty, Dominic, let me see what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You know, let me see what you're going to do. Make sure you know that what you're doing is about the people and nothing else. You do your thing.
But Bruce, now that and here's my question. Now that Mr. Duke has indicated that his resignation will be effective December 31st and he will be taking up his position in the THA. As far as I am aware, all the divisions have already been allocated. So is it that Mr. Duke is going to be serving as an assistant secretary under division? Is Fally going to create a new division to give to Mr. Duke? Or is it that, because I can't see Mr. Duke just sitting in the position of Deputy Chief Secretary collecting a big salary and doing nothing. All right? So it would be interesting to see what position Mr. Duke will be taking up on the Executive Council, which division he's going to lead. Is it that somebody who has already been assigned a division will now be demoted to an Assistant Secretary and Mr. Duke will be elevated to the Substantive Secretary? I wait with bated breath to see. I just asking questions, because I'm not aware that there is any division that has been left vacant, awaiting Mr. Duke to serve as the Substantive Secretary. So, I don't know. Maybe he and Pat might crash out. You see, and I wouldn't be surprised if Fally takes him under as an Assistant Secretary in his division, because Fally is the Secretary for Finance, which is a position wanted. So I wouldn't be surprised if Fally takes him as an assistant under him and puts him in the Finance division. So I would be secretary, I hold the position, but you would be responsible for the day-to-day running of that division. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if that happened, because I was saying that Mr. Duke was going to be deputy chief, and so said, so done. So, we see how the machinations play out, because Watson Duke is a boss. He's a boss, it's his party, he made Farley didn't make him. And therefore, and given the fact, as I said, Mr. Duke is about to receive a significant reduction in his monthly remuneration. There has to be some sort of compensation for that, either in terms of position or other things. But we'll see how that plays out, right? Yeah.
Yes. So, guys, we have just about 2 more minutes before we go to the break. I'll take one more call. Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Bruce and Dominic.
Morning.
Morning.
You have about a minute and something.
Yeah, Bruce, leave Farley alone. What? The man you're going to be allocated by law $2+ billion of taxpayers' money and leave Farley alone? You always saw Duke's resume. You see what Duke done with PSA and all these other things? What Duke is capable of doing? A man who resigned, signed his own resignation check, his signatures on his own resignation, said quality money and never left. A man who take the PSA money and ask them for cash. I don't want no draft because you're only going to pay me for that, charge me for that. Keep my money and take the money and thing and going with that. And you giving this man 2 points. Boy, all you have to wake up, Watson Duke and the PDP and getting a chance by the high scrutinizing them with a fine-tooth comb later.
Guys, so we have just about a minute again. So we go into the break, pay some bills, play some music. We'll be right back. So keep it locked to the Street 909 FM. This is your Titans of Democracy, and we will be right back.
Where we come from, Param.
Can't remember first. I cannot hear the G-sharp cause the quattro string it burst. Everybody real tight. I kick in the ground. When the man rock man he fall down in the drain and nearly drown. Well that is parang, parang, parang. Yeah, where we come from? Parang, parang. Is man and woman? Parang, parang. We drinks and we have parang, parang. Yeah.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families and honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
Welcome the Christmas holidays this year with quality and attractive furniture from Stylus Furniture Limited. 2 locations, 51 Rushwood Street, San Fernando and 101 Crackness Village in Princestown. Select from a wide range of contemporary furniture to enhance your homes. Now open on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call today, 652-2542. Season's greetings to all our customers and friends from Stylus Furniture Limited. Stylus Furniture Limited. For this time in you.
Songs we know, cruising to nowhere. Free your mind, just recline and go with the flow. Who needs a plan? Take my hand. Our stories will find us. My shady caravan, and there's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with you. My shady caravan, there's nowhere that I'd rather be than any place with you.
Shandy Carrot, refreshed for life.
Bring the songs, bring the laughter, bring the gifts, bring the partner, bring the runs, bring the coasters, bring the glass and the chasers. Christmas will be brighter when we all get together. Sharing plans and mixing flavors with the ones from Memphis to pour a drink and bring the joy. Raise a glass and bring the joy. Make a toast and bring the joy. Yeah, bring the joy with Angostura.
Make this a Christmas like no other. Bring the joy with Angostura rum.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on the street, 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
Dr. Livette. Join him right here on your radio every Friday afternoon from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. for your dose of the health and wellness in a program that is sure to change your life. Popular for promoting Livette rather than diet, Dr. Livette has transformed a number of lives nationwide and is now live on the street 919 FM every Friday from 5:05 p.m. Tune in and also learn about the U-Juice to build your immunities and promote overall great health. Dr. Livette on the street 919 FM this and every Friday from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. It's time that you live.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division? Yes, sir. I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries. Excuse me, sir? Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488? Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries. So I could buy a battery for $488? Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive. Which part? Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools. Alright, thanks boss. Nah man. Granny, do you have $488 to lend me?
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko, Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Friday night, Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour and the Word from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. and Friday night, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. all night prayer for our nation. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Pay attention to your fees. Understanding the fee structure and the amount you have been paying on a monthly or even annual basis in regards to fees associated with financial services is extremely important. Account service fees, annual financial planning service fees, investment account management fees, you name it. If you haven't reviewed and audited your fees yet, I recommend that you sit down and make this a priority. That was your financial tip brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of December 13th, 2021. stands at new positive cases 464, total active cases 14,154, total recovered patients 64,488, total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present 81,071. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
Share the line. Share the line. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the line. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the line. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the line. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
But I'm not squanter. Like Chris Ross and him, one.
DJ Bruce Wayne.
Yo, Chris.
Hey, Emma, where we going with this Christmas, boy?
Well, let me start from my country now, boy.
We're going to Tamana.
Now we must touch Tamana.
And after that, we're going Paramin.
I never go Paramin yet.
Check Kurt Skeety with Caribbean.
Not Kurt and them got line up already, brother. Okay.
I'm glad to see the day Christmas come again. When friends and family come together. It left me so sad when they stayed away. But now things get much, much better. People dancing up, people walking up, people living up for the Christmas. People waving up and they staying up, eating and drinking up this Christmas.
So long me a see you, me family. Glad to know you're doing well and you're happy. Come over and lash a thing, come over and drink a thing, come over and eat something and be merry. So neighbor don't hide when you see the parents side. We quite up in Tamana, from Gandhi we drive. So bring up the punch of cream, long time I want try. Long time I want taste your hand, give me a blind. Okay.
People dancing up, people walking up, people living up for the Christmas. People waving up and they staying up, eating and drinking up this Christmas. One thing on me parangin, we must check with friends. Don't be we go hit the pond, we go come again.
We check in the Castellos, we visit the Figaros, we vibes in, we linky friends, Rojas all of them.
So neighbor don't hide, when you see the parents side, white up in Tamara, running we drive.
So bring out the punch and cream, long time I want try. Long time I want taste your hand, give me a blind. Okay.
People dancing up.
So welcome back on the inside. Just a bit of information for you. Tune in to the Street at 919 FM every Sunday at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. from January 2022 for the resumption of the radio ministry program, The Way, the Truth, and the Life with Pastor Kelvin Harinarayan. Tobagonians, it's the merriest time of the year. Christmas at Lowlands Mall, Tobago's #1 shopping and entertainment destination. This Saturday, December 18th, come and enjoy pianist Gerald Balfour, vocalist Michella Williams, Shanika and Yolanda. Music from DJ Journey and Sweet Parang from El Corazon. And it all starts from 3 p.m. Also, big Christmas savings from most stores and sumptuous choices from the food court. Christmas is yours at Lowlands Mall. This Christmas, thrive with 4.5. The Lotto Plus jackpot is now an estimated $4.5 million. With $4.5 million, you can finish the year with a financial flourish. Start your dream business, buy your kids a lot of land each for Christmas, or even hire a financial advisor to grow your money. The Lotto Plus jackpot is now an estimated $4.5 million. Plus, match 5 numbers and you can win $50,000. Don't miss your chance to win big. Get your tickets now for Wednesday's estimated $4.5 million Lotto Plus jackpot draw. And remember, winners always play Lotto Plus. Tune into the Street 909 FM every Thursday from 10:05 to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life. The health store being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Muhammad. For more information, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Straight and Narrow or visit our website at www.opuelence.com/Arlene for Life. You can also call or WhatsApp us at 309-4697 or 620-9379. The iconic drink Campari continues to make its presence felt, this time with its Easy for We brand communication. Across radio, social media and print, the brand is sharing its signature Campari Grapefruit Easy Mix, which consists of 1 part Campari and 3 parts grapefruit soda, with the help of Jamaican dancehall artist Idonia. Deck your home with a 55-inch smart TV. Just purchase your DirecTV prepaid kit and enjoy an instant gift of free installation. Then activate and top up 30 days to be eligible for the grand prize. You'll be dashing through the shows all season long with DirecTV prepaid. Remember, this offer ends December 17th. Welcome the Christmas holidays this year with quality and attractive furniture from Stylus Furniture Limited. Our 2 locations, 51 Rushwood Street, San Fernando and 101 Cragnish Village in Princestown. Select from a wide range of contemporary furniture to enhance your homes. Now open on Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Just call us at 652-2542. Season's greetings to all our customers and friends from Stylus Furniture Limited. Stylus Furniture Limited, for the style in you. So guys, we have a 2-minute, we have a segment coming up, Dominic, in just a few seconds time, a short segment, and we'll be right back. So I'm going to do that and we will return. So stick with us, we'll be right back.
But I'm not going to like Chris Ross Sunday morning. Alright. Yo Chris.
Hey, Emon, where we going with this Christmas, boy?
Well, let me start from your country now, boy.
We going Tamana.
Now we must touch Tamana.
And after that, we going Paramin.
I never go Paramin yet.
Check good Skeety, go Caribbean.
Not good and I'm not line up already, brother. Okay.
I'm glad to see the day Christmas come again. When friends and family come together. It left me so sad when they stayed away. But now things get much, much better. People dancing up. People hooking up, people living up for the Christmas, people waving up.
The Street 919 FM offers our condolences to the family and friends of the sudden passing of its ecclesiastical leader, His Eminence Patriarch Dr. Stephen F. Julian. He passed away at the San Fernando General Hospital on December 7th, Tuesday. He has been the forefront of the spiritual Baptist as patriarch for well over 10 years, serving as spiritual head of the National Congress of Incorporated Spiritual Baptist Organizations in Trinidad and Tobago. He was also very familiar right here on the Street 919 FM on Iwer stage. Again, we offer our condolences to the family and friends in mourning.
This is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
So welcome back on the inside. Yes, Dominic. So as we continue to take your calls, you can call us at 342-0081, 466-5391, and we ask that you continue to keep it tight. Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Bruce.
Hey, morning, Jen. How you doing?
Hi, okay. Morning, Dominic. Morning to all, everybody. I won't stay overly long, but I just want to say that, well, the talk is the whole thing with Watson Duke and his resignation letter and all that. I just want to say that, based on what was published by the PSA and signed by Duke, it can have serious legal implication and consequences to PSA and every single executive General Council and Conference member. However, I have been advised that Comrade Nixon Kalinda and our team, we are seeking legal advice. So as such, we will not really get into the matters here, but people rest assured, we are not like dumb dogs in Jerusalem. There will be an answer back, but it's going to be done in a way that is not how we KSA has been run since under troops. It will be no grandstanding and no costing and no backing and all that. It's going to be a credible response, a logical one. So we ask all public officers, this is not the time to drop out of the union. Stay the course with us. The light is at the end of the tunnel. You're going to get credible leadership because we have work to do come January, where we have to sit before the CPO to get our negotiations settled. That has been outstanding since 2013. So we are on top of the situation, and what Watson Duke has done there, again, it has very serious implications. But we are treating with it in that light, so we are seeking legal advice. So when we do respond, it will be one that is not founded in emotions, but rather in facts, and rather in a comprehensive way that people will see actually what we are doing. So I just wanted to lay that on the table. Thank you again, Bruce, for allowing me the opportunity, and reach home safely. Bye. Everybody love you all.
Bye. Take care. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, boy, Big Bruce.
Hey, my brother, how you doing? Morning.
Hey, Dominic, morning, boy.
Morning,
Dominic
sir.
was on Sunday, boy. Because I didn't hear him Sunday. He was on Sunday.
I was on and off.
He was on and off, in and out.
I wasn't here. I say probably I didn't hear him at all. Well, boy, Dominic and Bruce, boy, I watching the theatrics, you know. You could starting to make his move. You know, starting to make his move in the capturing of his political party. Right? Nobody speaks for Duke, nobody quiets Duke, and Duke dance to nobody tune. So if you watch what's going on there now, Duke is making his move to take back the leadership from, he's the leader, to capture the control of his party. So this is a very interesting time, because he's not going to devalue his status of his livelihood and his living. So I'm watching to see where it's going, because this Duke come like an engine block round Farley neck, and that engine block is very, very, very heavy. It's a 2000, and Farley had to carry that. So it's very interesting times, and I want people to stop trying to push the hesitancy with this thing that we supposed to. I want to use the word Bruce. I don't know if I can use the word in your program, but this job, and stop trying, because if you watch Bruce and Dominic, right, Dong Sapa, all them people come out to do what they had to do with the booster. And when they watch up north with me and your people, hesitancy, and that is the whole plan. They have succeeded in deterring and turning off people from getting their job, because I tell you, I have friends with all races, and when you talk to them, these people who look like me and Dominic is the ones that resisting. So boys, so fellas, I enjoy the day by the thing, and I listen, and I watching you recapture his party. Thanks, fellas.
Yeah, man. Current music in here. Caller, good morning.
Bruce and Dominic, I want to ask you a question, because after hearing Miss Jennifer Fredericks, anyway, Miss Jennifer Fredericks, happy belated birthday. Can one person resign twice? Because Duke had resigned before and he had collected his gratuity. How it is that now he's resigning again at the end of the month? What is really going on there?
Well,
I sort of confused.
We'll see what's going on. We will soon see.
No, we're laughing, but seriously. How it is, because it just occurred to me as I heard Mr. Frederick speaking there, and it just popped into my mind in truth, honestly. It's a 2x4 country or some kind of thing. How a man can resign from our company, right? Collect all his gratitude, stay on, And then now that he is in a position, he come and resign again. Then Duke has not resigned. To me, if I was to take over the PSA after Duke, wasn't Duke? Me acting as the president of the PSA and the membership, I'd go through with my membership or whatever it is, gather every information, and sue Mr. Duke to get back some of that money that he took out of the PSA. Because that is madness, boy. Thank you.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if he gets a gratuity for this resignation as well.
More gratuity again.
Hey.
For the couple months then.
For the 1 year that he served as PSA president. You've had accrued gratuity, Bruce. I don't know what's here.
Hey, watch. Well, boy, I don't know that. People saying don't laugh. I have to laugh. I have to laugh, boy. I have to laugh because if I don't laugh, I will get vexed and I might say the wrong thing on the people radio station and then I'll going to be hearing me again. So better I laugh. Well, leave me alone, laugh, please.
Yeah, but a man pension is the property and so a full year.
Yes.
Extra year as PSA.
Watch me. So, by the time all the oh gosh, how is call it, boy? My brother does use it plenty, Brent, message me, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, good. Everything concerning is the workforce. Where does call it again, boy? Oh gosh, my brother go message me and remind me what it is. They have a specific term. When you say dealing with that and industrial relations and the workplace and what you're entitled to one. Yeah.
But I know. I think when the PSA president demits office, I think they are allowed to keep the vehicle that they had.
Really?
But I don't know if the Range Rover, if that is a leased vehicle or
okay.
If it was put, but we'll see.
Okay. Let me take a call here. Caller, good morning.
Good morning to you, Bruce and Dominic.
Hi, good morning. How are you this morning?
I am great. Bruce, if I was the Archbishop this morning, I would be happy to hear what this guy had to say. Because, anybody that this man would have idolized would have to be a fraudulent person, disrespectful, have no credibility whatsoever. So, he will not have anything good to say there about the Archbishop. And I support all that the Archbishop has said.
Nice.
Right, so that's a compliment to the Archbishop as far as I see. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
You too, my dear. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Caller, good morning. Lost it. Call me back. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Just heard a little talk about this accident and this car and thing with the PSA person there. What I am saying, from the time I heard how the accident took place, it just grazed it. I can understand a car coming from behind and hitting you on your side, graze your car, not damage your car from behind. I wonder if that was any arrangement. I mean, nobody can stop me from thinking how I am thinking, right?
Yes,
and
madam.
from the beginning, I said that is an arranged strategy. But no, just now I think I got a reason. Could be two or a sort. Okay. I said that is an arranged.
I remember I say I would play one or two little songs in between, and I try to play the most appropriate songs. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Thank you, guys.
Morning.
Some of these people wouldn't agree with what I'm saying or like what I'm about to say. But I am so disappointed in that body called PSA. I am so disappointed. They make one man abuse them, and now he's going to spit them out and left them for broke. all these members who are well educated, members who have degrees and letters behind their name is in this organization. And let one person use and abuse them like that. It is so shameful. And I hope that they will change that whole name and that whole organization when that person leaves. And I don't know, because it have laws, it have rules, and this person just defy all, with all these thousands of members. None stand up as a unit. They didn't stand up as a unit against this person. And I hope that after he has left them, I hope it's not for broke, but if it is, they have to pick up the pieces and start all over again. I don't even think that name would be good enough for a new organization. I think they should even change their name. Bye.
Thank you.
My children very famous.
I hear you.
She's leaving behind at the PSA, the THA will inherit.
Oh.
Yeah. It's the same individual. You expect anything different? Now he's in a more elevated position. He has more power. And therefore, we expect. Just that he's not officially at the helm in terms of title at the DHA. But we know already we're going to take place there.
Hey, caller, good morning.
A blessed morning again. Bruce the boss swing.
Morning.
Morning, Dominic.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, well, I don't think the Tobago House of Assembly gets a full package as $2 billion, you know. It usually come in tranches like quarterly, but right now I think is every month they get it. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they didn't really have no set of cash to play with, and Mr. Duke will see how serious management and government is about. If they think they could just go there and squander or mismanage the affairs without any accountability, they have to think again. That is why the eyes are on Fali, what he will be doing as the finance secretary. Thank you very much.
My children very famous. I sure you know my children. I sure. Thank you, Fernandez. Thank you, Fernandez. For naming me children. For naming me children. Thank you, Angostura. To make me a proud father. Say it harder. Thank you, Fernandez.
As we continue to take the calls, caller, good morning.
Morning, Dominic. Morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Dominic, explain something for me. When you put up yourself for public office, don't you become public property? So why do you want to leave Sally alone? Sally put up himself for public office. They come and talk about leave Sally alone. He now becomes public property. You have no privacy anymore. Right? Just as how they dig up in Dr. Rowley's private business, they will dig up in Sally now. Because he put up himself for public office. And don't get tied up with that chief sec position, you know. Just a front for Watson. Right? They can't just come and say what's his chief sec so far. They just holding the whole. He just sitting in the seat. But basically, it's Watson is the chief sec. Right? Why Watson? Why they want to put up Watson in an office in Trinidad? Is it to make it easier for UNC and the millions to have more interaction with PDP through Watson Duke? Are they the ones who will be their counselors? We're waiting and see. And that letter I saw, talking about a resignation letter, that is not a resignation letter, you know, to me, like that is a presidential report. That's like, I never saw a resignation letter like that yet. With all explanation, now he didn't write a report.
Bruce, so the picture, the first picture, so I'm with Kamala and David Lee, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that gets to go to the parliaments on Friday, so Kamala in this black and green outfit, David in a green tie and a black suit. Clearly they were sending a message. Despite the fact that they were saying that there was no affiliation between the PDP and the UNC. And I have another picture here with a former UNC candidate for general election who was campaigning with the PDP in Tobago. And as the caller rightly said, with respect to the setting up of his embassy in Port of Spain and so on, the UNC had some sort of conference, national conference on Sunday. When you heard Kamala praising Fali, oh, he's so bright and he's so intelligent and he this and he that and all of that? Really? And only no affiliations whatsoever? Since when you say, anyway, let me hush my mouth. Right. Them done start a court, Fali, and what's not ready for 2025. Let me put them up and bring my man. Yeah. For a rural weekend.
That'll be an interesting year.
Yeah, but that take care what's name come and drop 39 candidates in Trinidad and the tail.
Then he go be the worst. Hey. No, but they you're calling all the people and them strategy, though. Stop calling all the people strategy.
Call it as I see it, sir. Ain't fooling me.
Right? I tell you, the playbook has been passed on. Has been passed on, man. Hey, oh yes. Caller, good morning. Okay. Caller, good morning.
Dominic, Bruce and Dominic.
Morning.
I just want Kamala, Central, and the other UNC people to know something. How Tobagonians vote for THE different to how they vote for general election. Eh? I hear them talking about this THE election just paved the way for the general election. How we vote in Tobago for THE? We don't vote like that for general election. Eh? General election, if you ain't get 100% people coming out, you're getting close to 100. With THE election, you don't get as much people because a lot of people don't come out to vote for THE election again. You know what they thought they say? If good to come, everybody gets it. If bad to come, everybody gets it. So they don't waste time to vote for THE anymore. But when coming to a general election, so don't tell them don't get fooled down there. I'm talking about the paving the way for how we vote for general election different to how we vote for THE. So they tell them keep quiet.
And that was the big one.
Yeah. Okay, you hear that, eh?
Yeah.
Mr. Thomas? Yeah. How we vote in THE is not how we vote for general. Understand? More people come out, and better. They don't mind. They don't mind what's the THE, but they certainly have a problem with Kamala and Whitehall. Alright?
Oh gosh. Eh. Father, well, yes. Caller, good morning.
Good day. I don't know if Jenny could hear me and answer and give me an answer. When you're working as a public servant, and you just have to give them a month in advance notice if you have to resign, could it be like 2 weeks before the month ends, or even though you send it in at the end 2 weeks before the actual month? Would it be that you would be resigning at the end of that month, but 3 months from that date you send the letter in? I don't understand what it is, because on the air I heard where this man going to be resigning at the end of this month. So I don't know if he's sending in the resignation for a later date from the end of this month, or if it's at the end of this month, he would be leaving. Then you may be able to clarify that, because as a public servant and he was in charge of them, I think the regulations should go the same. Okay. He would be leaving.
Interesting.
What is interesting is how we went from Mr. Duke will need 3 months because it's a very technical and complicated process, and for him to make sure that he's leaving the PSC in good hands, and then it ended up 2 weeks. From 3 months to 2 weeks? And you don't find that suspicious? Okay. All right.
3 months without salary hard or no, Dominic?
Well, there's that. But he say he need 3 months.
Yeah, but
because the process is complicated. So how we truncate it from 3 months to 2 weeks?
Yeah, because I am the Duke of all I slay. I could say what I want. But when but I know in actuality, 3 months no salary is a problem. 3 months and 3 days, though.
Will I get 3 months pay from the PSA?
Wait, but they done say already. He had no remuneration to get if he stay as team, but that was the Baccaral.
Yeah. But I cannot position. Well, Pali ain't given no division. So technically, I'm just a secretary in name only, but I have no portfolio. So I look at payment, and then at the end of 3 months, then I take a portfolio, so I can. So all is well. This man knows how to manipulate the system, Bruce.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is where he understands the thing as a union leader, public service union leader. You understand? Because it have a certain how would I say, a set of red flags where that is concerned. So when you check it out, instead of putting myself through all that therapy for 3 months, no salary, what's going on? I done inside the place already, more organize myself. You understand?
And then to whoever division are going and take, I don't want them to get too comfortable in that position. Then they, so yeah, I'll get them a Kobo sweat for 2 weeks, and then I will come in and
we go have a reshuffle.
Yeah.
After
3 weeks we have a reshuffle.
Yeah, we have a reshuffle. What you worried about? Hey, come now, man. Like if you know the thing now, man. I say that the playbook has been passed over.
That reminds me of when Kamala get the Kobo sweat as the Attorney General, and then Ramesh come in and take over. She wasn't too pleased. Boy.
I guess that should say a lot.
Yeah.
I really like it too much, but there are some reasons behind that. What we gonna do?
Well, look at it this way. We'll have a lot to talk about in the coming weeks and months. But I guess it was the one blessing that came out of the results of that election is that the PSA will see the back of Watson Duke. Well, potentially.
But let me take this call, because caller, good morning.
Hi, morning again, Bruce. I heard Miss Crosby, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to tell you that this situation with Watson Solomon Duke is slightly different than we will encounter as a public officer who's given resignation. On Thursday, Watson Solomon Duke would have taken out of office to be a part of the executive of Trinidad and Tobago, and based on that, the Constitution, the supreme laws of this country clearly states what has to happen. So his resignation letter should have read with immediate effect. And that is where I'm saying this becomes a legal situation. It has nothing to do with when he wants to resign. It has to be immediate, because the Constitution of this country clearly states that if you're doing that, you can't be working in another place and all that, because it's a full-time position. So that is it, dear Marcos. If it was just a normal situation within the public service, like going on secondment and things like that, and with resignation from a job, you give a month notice or 2 months, it may have applied. But this is totally different. He is a part of the executive of Tobago now, and the laws of this country state exactly he has to resign from all his jobs and business and whatever it is. So it is immediate. So it should have been as immediate as Thursday evening or Friday morning. So he cannot say the 31st. But he has said it, and as I say again, this is a legal situation, and we are seeking legal advice to treat with this matter. Because he loves court, and we don't afraid court. Go on.
Now, Bruce, as Jenny said, it has the potential to be a legal issue, because by virtue of the fact that he would have been sworn in as a secretary, right? Again, if it's one thing I had handed to Watson Duke. The man made sure in the oath, when he was taking the oath, he said he pledged allegiance to Tobago and Trinidad. There is no such country. So if push comes to shove, because say, well, the oath wasn't officially taken because the man didn't say Trinidad and Tobago, he said Tobago and Trinidad, and by virtue of that, the oath is considered null and void. So therefore, he wasn't sworn in. And hear that? Hey, trickster in chief, boy.
Yeah, boy, for real. What are you gonna do? Take another one here. Caller, good morning.
Hey, Bruce and Dominic, it's something I don't remember. I wanted to tell all this since last week. I went to my boss and I asked him for Watson Duke. Yeah, what do you think? He said, what? You talk about Watson Duke? What's a Watson Duke? I said, I want to retire now, and when I reach age 60, then I will leave. He cussed me and run me out the office. Yeah, well, I tell you, he might cuss me up and run me out the office. He told us it's like damn British or something like that. I said, listen, I saying, say I'm going wrong to take what you so court. I will tell otherwise. He had resigned collective statutory and everything, but he continued to hold on to the possession of the lease apartments and the vehicles and other resources, and then he'd have been drawn out of the PSC. And just simply by that is just the start of it. You can take a civil matter and go to court and get you to return that money because you resign. You resign and you collect your money. You cannot resign, collect money and stay in your position. That is fraud. So the new PSA thing has to come there to do it. And if anybody in the PSA aiding and abetting with that, they are not supposed to be held accountable for that too. You cannot sit down in the as part of that organization and see things like that happening and do and say nothing about it. And as a matter of fact, if you aid and abetting with it, you're also guilty of the same thing too. So the PSA needs to look into that if you actually resigns every 31st, and I'm saying that if, because things may change between now and then. Thank you.
Caller, good morning.
Morning again, Bruce. Dominic, I know you are a very bright young man because I know you got your education under PNM. Right, so you're bright. Explain something to me. I want to know the difference. If you have a document saying the People's National Movement give you permission or approval for you to use the symbol or whatever, that means the organization is owned by PNM. That by PNM, not so, not one person, right? Just asking. And then if you have a document saying, I, Watson Solomon Duke, give so-and-so permission to use a symbol, is that owned by an organization or by one person? Explain for me. Explain for me because when for nomination day, I know the PNM candidates, they have their documents say the People's National Movement gave approval or permission to use a symbol. But in the PDP now, the document is saying I, Watson Solomon Duke, gave permission for them to use this symbol and whatever. So that means it's a one-man party thing. This is what. So Dominic, explain to me a little more.
Yes. Well, the fundamental difference there is that whilst the PNM has a central executive, the PNM has structure. PDP does not. So the PDP is Watson Duke, Farley Augustine, and Faith B. Israel. That's the executive of the party. There's no vice chairman, no secretary, no gensec, no treasurer. Nothing. All those things don't exist. So what technically is Watson's party. So yeah, that's a one-man show.
And that's the first time in history that hit like that, eh? You know, you hear people say Dr. Rowley party, but everybody know the PNM has this, it has that, the general exec, everything. But this is the first time that when you say, yeah, Watson party, yeah, really, yeah, party.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started off as an independent, he formed his party and whatnot, but again, in the absence of a constitution to dictate how things should operate, it really is his party. It's a one-man show, which is why Farley needs to tread lightly with Mr. Duke. All right, now that Mr. Duke has lost, well, is about to lose, what he held on so dear to, which is the PSA. I know that, and that's another thing how I issue it, right? You're so for Tobago, and Tobago, this Tobago, that so much so that when you take the oath, you put Tobago before Trinidad, because you want to show you are the quintessential Tobagonian. You are the epitome of Tobagonian-ness, right? But you want to hold on to leadership of a party whose membership is predominantly Trinidadian. The majority of public servants is Trinidadese. Right? You don't want nothing to do with Trinidad. You don't want this from Trinidad and that from Trinidad. You don't want nothing to do with this chief secretary stupidness, or they want all your own prime minister in Tobago. But you hog up PSA, which is the majority of money you get in, the dues that go to the PSA coming from Trinis. Why? Yeah, and you don't like Trinidad? Well, go to Tobago and form the Tobago PSA and hug them up and leave the Trinidad PSA to a Trini. Since you don't like Trinidad, you want nothing from Trinidad, this and Trinidad, that. I do understand it. You like Trini money though. You like Trini union dues so you could drive big car and live high off the hog in one Woodbrook Place and Glencoe and wherever else. That what you like. Yeah, you anything you like about Trinidad? The money. Okay. And then this thing about writing a resignation letter and a PSA letter. What's up with that?
Yeah,
see
I was talking about that. I understand that.
Yeah.
So then that null and void too.
Bruce, this man have this. You understand? Anyway, that is the THA cross the bear for the next 4 years. What do you deal with that?
So guys, looking to close off. I have some obituaries to do. So I'm gonna try and close off things in a bit. Dominic, we have to speak, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You are back here. I was just giving you some time to thaw out now. Yeah, I think you thaw out enough, so. I'm supposed to head by Miss Felix in a bit, so I feel somewhere in between that I'll give you a call.
Yeah.
And let me see what could take place going forward.
Well, let me know what's on her menu today, eh? You know, I've been on and she's like a pictures and, you know. She did a soup the other day. And me going looking for soup all over for Bruce.
For yourself, you should have go right where, what do they say, straight to the horse's mouth. You should have
a place called Tabanka in North Lauderdale, which is owned by Trinis.
Okay.
So they have, so I got a roti there. It was basically the size of a roti. I took three seconds to eat a roti, you know, Bruce. I had peace and went for breakfast. It was huge. They had doubles and everything there, Carib and whatever, you name it. There's like a mini Trinidad inside it. So,
well, what's it?
Anybody want to check out the banker in North Lauderdale? Yeah.
I'm trying to get the daily word here, and I don't know what's going on. Hey. No, man. Like somebody captured the daily word site. Okay.
It has started to rain by me. I think they said adverse weather alert until 10 o'clock this morning, but it's rain looking like it will last.
Well, and I really and truly, I have some up and down to do it. It's looking like if I mightn't make that because, you know me, I'm a P2.
Yeah.
So, I'm watching what's going on. Alright, let me see if I'll get it here now. Hey, finally get it, yes? So the word for today is give. As I give, I gain. When I give to another, I feel energized and delighted. Whether it's a carefully chosen gift or a loving, listening ear, I am upfilled by the every act of giving. I give in countless ways. I give others my time through thoughtful attention. I may volunteer or serve as a mentor. I might share my talents or skills with others or donate to a cause I care about. This giving is my reward. By the law of giving and receiving, I trust I will benefit possibly in unexpected ways. I also give to myself. I make time for renewal and refreshment. I celebrate accomplishments. I make sacred devotional time and priority and place my attention on my oneness with God. Each of you must give as you have made up your mind, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. 2 Corinthians 9:7. So guys, that's all the time we have for today. It was a pleasure being in your company. It was a pleasure having you in ours. And talk to you guys tomorrow. Please go out with Miss Sharon Felix, and on Thursday with Dominic again. So, Dominic, as we say, my friend.
Ciao.
See you guys.
Miss Maria, all you know where you going this time? Miss Marcia, where you going with all them big box in my van? Oh God, Miss Vonette, all that cloth you're wearing. All that people never fit in the van, you know. Look, Miss Alicia, come with 5 quattro. All the woman is trouble, boy.
Nearly every Christmas, people just come by we. Creatives always entertaining friends and family. But the way the year went, good Lord, we ain't make a cent. So to put some cash in, we have.
So at this time, I have a few obituaries to do, so I'm going to do that now. The Street 919 FM has been asked to announce the deaths of Fulmati Molly Marshall, who died on Friday, the 3rd of December 2021 at the age of 70 years. She was the daughter of Jasso and Ramlogan Ramkisoon, wife of George J. Hubert Marshall, mother of Karen, Allison, Nigel, and David, grandmother of Dwayne, Lawrence, Crystal, Shaniqua, Tyra, and Tina, great-grandmother of Travis, Aaliyah, and Alara, sister of Gailey, Jean, Margaret, Barbara, Shirley, Ramkalawan, Ramkalakan, Ramlal, Ramdia, and Ramdeen, aunt of Christopher, Timothy, Joel, Avinash, Natasha, Anne, Shala, Danelle, Martin, and many more. Mother-in-law of Lawson, Simeon, and Onella. Sister-in-law of Rosalind, Lloyd, Kelma, Eddie, and many more. The funeral service for the late Fulmati Molly Marshall takes place on Thursday, the 16th of December 2021 at Barataria Church of Christ, 10th Avenue, Barataria, at 9 a.m., thence for burial at the Western Cemetery. For more information, you can contact Simpsons Memorial Limited at 623-8688. We've also been asked to announce the passing of Kurt Hamilton, who died on Tuesday, the 7th of December 2021, at the age of 49 years. He was the son of Gloria and Giorgio, better known as DJ George King, deceased, brother of Natalie, Curtis, Patricia, Margaret, Yvette, Raymond, deceased, and Mexican, deceased. Grandfather of Abita and Papa Prince, deceased, uncle of Jamie, cousin of Manny, nephew of Mary, deceased, and many others, relative of many, friend of Dion, Sheldon, Poppy, and many others. The funeral service for the late Kurt Hamilton takes place on Thursday, the 16th of December 2021 at Simpsons Memorial Limited Funeral Chapel at 1 p.m., thence for burial at the Tunapuna Public Cemetery. For more information, please contact Simpsons Memorial at 623-8688.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
I went to the bed and I
I sleep and I wake and I'm ready to leave. Yeah, there we go. Sour, I come in day, Boba, I come in Santa Cruz, I come in a day and a day and a day and a day. Victor, I come in day, John, I come in La Panty, I come in a day and a day and a day and a day. People has come and people has go, and that is one thing I already know. Who said that and that find me so I could check on up and tell them I said no. The biggest big man in the whole world is in Trinidad and Tobago. The this and wine and sing is so sweet. I like it, say no to one. Arriba, Puna Puna, Aruka, a day and a day and a day and a day. I come in, point pointed, Pigo Martin, I come in day, a day and a day and a day. Anybody who wants you white, and you don't think I'm not taking right. You cannot be down in Bad, you cannot be in paradise. If you don't have I will not complain. And I see and bunch, the young and wine and sing the bar. And for the change of there, and this are real. I come in there, I come in there, I come in there, a day